What's going on, family? Hey, hey, hey. It's a good day. What's up? It's your chief visionary, Natasha Davis, here with the Real Biz Life. We're going in the lab today. Yes, it's a good day. How has your week been? How has your week been? Okay, first of all, let's make sure we clear something up. When you can't hear me, I need you to let me know because I don't know that you can't hear me. Okay, you got to let me know. So last time you guys was missing all the beats, you was missing all the jumps and the so don't miss it this time. You know, we like to have a little party before we go into the lab, and I want you to jam with me. You know that, right? So listen, today we are going to talk about some super good stuff. We are going to talk about what is the downside of being competitor obsessed instead of client obsessed. And there's a huge difference between competitor obsessed and being client obsessed. So I'm going to unpack some of those things for you. But you know, before we get serious, before we get started, you know, your chief visionary likes to go in into our little music. We need to have a little party. So, because you know, music is really good for your soul, right? We know that music is good for your soul, right? Now, I hope you guys are hearing me. If you can't hear me, say something. Put it in the chat room and be like, Miss Ma'am, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What's up? Can you hear? A long way with me, baby. And you know what? You don't need that heart of stone. Don't do that. You can do it, baby. You can do it. Can you guys hear the music? I hope you can because this stuff is good. I don't know. I don't know. Don't keep running away from love. Don't keep running away from the chief visionary. Don't do that. All right, let me go check one of these platforms because see, you guys like to act crazy. That's right. We are gonna have a good time. Come on, let's go. How many times around? All right, all right, all right. It's good stuff. We are going to have a good time. That's right, guys. Please tell me you can hear me. I don't want you to miss out on this greatness. All right. So, LinkedIn family, good morning. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. What's going on? My IG family, you connect with me on YouTube. I know y'all like, I can't believe that you are not live on Instagram. It's too much work. Okay. It's too much work. But you can catch me on what? YouTube. Come on over, baby. All right. That's it, baby. Yes. It's better than the first time. Can I tell you? Yes, loud and clear. Thank you, Karen. Karen, what's up? I appreciate you. But you can't hear the music. I hate that. All right, I'm going to fix that and get my life right on that. But you know what? We're going to go ahead and jump into the lab and have a good time. Tell somebody come and join the party. We're going into the lab. We're going into the lab. Let me tell you what, today's a good day because today we get to talk about those important things, those really important things when we're building our businesses, when we're scaling our businesses, when we are talking about changing the movement of our companies. A lot of times we get sidetracked. We get sidetracked, right? What kind of sidetrack am I talking about? I'm talking about getting obsessed on the wrong side of the tracks. We have to be careful that we don't get obsessed with the wrong side of the tracks. So when you want to create a business, it's important that you understand who your competitors are, right? But once you're in the motion of it, you can't be obsessed with your competitors, right? You use your competitors more so as a benchmark, but not so much that you're so obsessed with them that you forget your customers, right? And this is with any business. This is with any industry. This is with any business, anything like that, right? So let's unpack what the downside is to being competitor obsessed. So here you are, you have your business, you've already had your business plan, you know exactly, you know what you're selling, who you're selling it to, where you're going to sell it, how much you're going to sell it for, you know when you're going to expand, when you're going to evolve, right? So you know that you've benchmarked it, you've done your market research and you've done your marketing research, you've done all the good stuff, and you're in motion, right? And you're doing this for each product and each service, right? We're clear. So now that you're functioning in the business, the first thing you have to get clear is don't be so obsessed with the competitor that you forget your client, because it's not the competitor that's paying you. It's the client that's paying you. Isn't that right? It's the client that's paying you. It's not the competitor that's paying you. So first and foremost, here's what we're going to say. You have to be careful that you don't go into stress mode and you're stressing about the whole, and you're in this we suck syndrome. Oh my God, our competitors are better. We suck. Oh my God, our competitors launched a new product. We suck. Oh my gosh, the competitors, they have 10,000 followers. We only have 9,999. We suck. Come on, guys, work with me here. Okay. You don't have to be in this we suck syndrome. Get rid of that. If you constantly worry about nothing that's right, you won't pay attention to what you're doing well. Okay. You're constantly worrying about, well, this isn't right, and we don't have this, and we don't have that, and we didn't do this, and we didn't, and we didn't, and we didn't, and we didn't. I'm gonna make a song about that. We didn't. Stop playing, stop messing around, cut the shenanigans. This is serious business. Okay. Stop worrying about what you don't have. Focus on what you do have and build from there, right? What do I like to say? You have to strengthen your weaknesses, strengthen them. Don't focus on them. All right. So if you're thinking about, the burden that you're putting on yourself, and you're thinking it's a good thing, it's actually not a good thing, because it's undue burden on the company. It's undue burden on yourself. Why? Because you will end up doing things that your company is not ready to do. Okay. Can I say that one more again? Right? Can I say that one more again? If you are sitting here worrying about all the people, you will put this undue burden on yourself and on the company. You will end up doing things that your company is not ready to shoulder. You will make purchases that your company cannot pay for. You will enter into markets that your company cannot manage, right? You will commit to things that you or your company really can't fulfill. So you want to be abundantly clear about what you can do, what you should do, where you are, and where you're going as well. All right. Don't get stuck there. So it doesn't matter. Like if you're like this small business or a micro business, and you serve your customers in one state, within a 50 or 70 mile radius, let me be clear to you. A national brand is not your competitor. What did she say? She doesn't know what she's talking about. Yes, I do. I do. Okay. 15 plus years. I really do. You are a micro business or a small business. You service a 50-mile radius. You service a 75-mile radius. Heck, maybe you service a 25-mile radius. A national brand is not your competitor. That is your benchmark. So you benchmark with the national brand. You don't use them as a competition. That is not your competitor. So again, this is what I'm talking about, placing undue burdens on the business, undue burdens on yourself, and undue burdens on the business. If you are catching these golden nuggets, please go ahead and hashtag golden nuggets. Caught it. Yes. All right. So listen, here's what I want you to also remember. So when you are focused on competitor obsession and you are neglecting your client obsession or your customer obsession, what happens is then you begin to ignore the needs of the customer. You are ignoring the needs of the customer. And from there, you're going to be able to begin shifting into a slow adaptation zone. What do I mean by that? Your customers will begin to slowly adapt to the new products and the new services that are being released. So if you're focused on the competitor so much, you begin to neglect and ignore the needs of the customer. And when you do that, now your customer's like, oh, so the only time you want to talk to me, the only time you need me is when you want me to buy something or when you have a new product or a new service. At that point, now your customer begins to slowly adapt to whenever you release something instead of rapid adaptation. Don't neglect or ignore your customers, all right? Your clients are the ones that pay you, not your competitors. Remember that. Okay, Here's the other thing that happens when you begin to be competitor obsessed. You have a lack of differentiation, a lack of uniqueness. You now begin to have that imitation syndrome, right? You know, oh, we do that too. We do that also. Right? No, 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 no. This is not a two and an also. You need to be in a me only territory right here. So when you sit here and you overly obsess, you hyper focus on a competitor, not only is it messing with your good juju, you know, you can't even think right, but now you're beginning to imitate what they're doing. So now you're becoming a carbon copy of your competitor. There's no differentiation. Is that a problem or is that a problem? Let me tell you something. Did you tell somebody to come and get these golden nuggets? Tell them to come join this party, because don't be stingy. Don't be stingy. You know, there's enough of me to go around. Wink, wink. All right. So let's keep going, guys. Let's keep going. All right. With your obsession with your competitor, you begin to make ineffective decisions. You don't think clearly, again, what I said. So now you start shifting into this reactive approach to the strategy for your business. The only time that you move is when your competitor moves. The only time that you shine is when you think you're shining, is when your competitor is shining. But in essence, you're basically only making decisions in a reactive approach, not in a proactive approach. And those are things that you really want to be very, very careful with, because if you sit there and you can't be a proactive thinker for the company, you're always going to be behind. You will not be the head, you will be the tail. Come on, somebody with me. I'm just saying, listen. I don't make this stuff up. This is what happens. All right. All right. Let's keep going. All right. So here's the next thing that happens. When you are hyper focused on the competitor and not on the customer, you then begin to create a lack of brand loyalty to who? To you. If you look like the competitor, you sound like the competitor, you release products like the competitor, you release services like the competitor, you even deliver it like the competitor, there's no loyalty to your brand. There's loyalty to the competitor's brand. You will have weak brand reputation. Okay. You will have weak brand reputation. You cannot do that. You can't afford that. It costs so much to finally get a customer. And then when you finally get that customer, you have won that customer. You sit there and you begin to imitate the competitor. The customer's like, oh, well, you look like so-and-so. So let me just pay attention to them, because guess what? They are the real McCoy, not you. What? All the hard work that I have put in? I think not. I think not. Right? So I want you to be very, very careful with that. Do not get into this stuck place of, well, you're using your competitor to develop your products and services. You're using your competitor to make decisions. Your competitor is used as a benchmark in the beginning. You need to be competing with yourself every day to become a better version of your business, a better version of yourself. Okay? And really tapping into the mind. Get your mind right. Get your mind right. All right, here's something else that happens when you are competitor obsessed instead of client obsessed. You hyper focus on what? Short term. You hyper focus on the short term and you overlook the long-term vision. Why? Because see, you had a vision when you started. You had a plan when you started. You got obsessed with the competitor. So therefore, you have forgotten what you're supposed to be doing over here. Over here, you forgot what you're supposed to be doing, and it's short term, right? You get very myopic now, and you only see what the competitor's doing. So now you respond and you react to what the competitor's doing. So you are constantly in short term vision. You never get to the long term goal, and then you wake up, literally wake up 2, 3, 4, 5 years in, and you look at your plan, and you're like, why are we still here? Has that ever happened? You're like, why are we still here? Why haven't we completed this project? Why haven't we fulfilled this vision? Why haven't we created that movement? I thought the vision was for us to have 4 stores. How come we're still stuck with 1? I thought our goal was to launch X service line in this methodology. How come we only have 1? What's the problem, people? You got focused, hyper focused on short term. You was imitating, right, the competitor, and you became reactive instead of proactive in your decision making. Got to be more careful. Could you imagine? All right, here's the last one for you. When you are so focused on the competitor, you're obsessed with the competitor, you're not focused on the client, you begin to displace the innovation of products and services because you're really not designing them for your customer anymore. You're designing them for your competitor. Can someone say, ouch? Can someone just go ahead and say, ouch? See, that's the stuff that hurts. That one will hurt because you're like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that I have been sitting here creating products for my competitor and not for my customer. No wonder it's not selling. No wonder no one's buying. No wonder we have a high return rate. No wonder the revenue isn't moving. No wonder all of these things begin to happen, right? So be careful that you do not sit here and be overly obsessed about the competitor, that you neglect your client, okay? Displaced innovation, hyper focused on short-term, imitation syndrome, ignoring the customer needs, lack of differentiation. This is a huge problem as well. I want you to remember that you should think big, right? You should build momentum. You should scale fast in your authenticness. Let me say that again. I want you to think big. I want you to build momentum, and I want you to scale fast in your authentic zone. So there you have it today. Here in the lab, we unpacked the whole pain behind being focused on the competitor, not being focused on the customer. This will be a problem. Don't forget that we are here every Thursday morning at 9 a.m. Your chief visionary is bringing it to you. Don't forget, if you are watching this on our YouTube, please go over. Either way, whether you're on LinkedIn or Facebook, head on over to YouTube, and I want you to subscribe so that you can get the notifications and you can see some more cool stuff that I have been able to unpack and stuff like that. So remember, here's one other thing I want you to take away. Your customer, the value of your customer is more than a paid invoice or a purchased product, right? The value of a customer is more than that of a paid invoice or that of a product that has been purchased, right? So don't get short, don't get stuck there, all right? All right, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. We talked about the downside of being competitor obsessed instead of client obsessed. These things will jump up and bite you in the tush. Be very, very careful. And let me tell you what, if you need a strategist, if you need a speaker, if you need a trainer who's going to bring it home, who's going to help to really get some things moving within your company, you can reach out to your chief visionary. You can schedule a power chat. The website is there. Go and schedule a power chat. We will be able to unpack a lot of things, get your company moving so that, again, what I say, you can think big, build momentum, and scale very, very fast. All right. So for my people who are on the replay, I want you to hit that hashtag replayed and let me know that you are watching the replay. And for my people who caught me live, much love and blessings to you. I thank you so much. You guys know that I always talk about one love. I do it for my culture. We always have to be on one accord, right? Be on one accord, one love, one heart. Let's get together so that we can just continue to nourish the universe and nourish the world. All right. Much love and blessings. I'll see you next week, 9 a.m. Let's get together so that we can be all right. Love you. Bye. Guys, can't hear my music. I wish you were here with me. I wish you were here. All right. Bye-bye. Blessings to you.